With QAnon, you never know what they're gonna focus their conspiratorial thoughts on. You had Pizzagate, and then John Fetterman being a clone, or a lizard, or a robot. And now they have Huggies diapers. They're not wearing them necessarily, but they're worried about them. Take a look at this photo from Vincent Kennedy, who says, once you truly awake, you ain't going back to sleep. And he's circled all of these curious little symbols on the Huggies diapers. What do they mean? Well, Kennedy was apparently referencing the similarity between the symbols on the diaper and those featured in an FBI document from back in 2007, which was published by WikiLeaks, that claims that certain symbols like triangles and circular swirls were used by pedophiles to identify their sexual preferences. So there's potentially some issues with this. If you put this up, it's gonna show that, look, on the left-hand side, these are just the sort of symbols that have always been associated with the Lion King going back literally decades. But it is true that there are some kind of swirly things in this FBI document from like a decade and a half ago, and there is a triangle. You'll note that it's not the same exact triangular swirl as is in the Huggies diaper, but they are convinced that this is proof of, I don't know what. I don't know what the end goal of putting pedophile symbols on a Huggies diaper would be. I don't know what the capitalist company of Huggies would be getting out of this by sneaking a pedophile symbol past us. But Benny, what do you think?
These people are so disconnected from reality. Like I don't know, like if I see random shapes, I'm just gonna see random shapes. Like, I don't know, I'm not gonna like try and dig into like deeper meaning. But these are the same exact people. Like, let's be real. These are the same exact people that said that everybody on the internet was being hyperbolic when like the New York Times crossword on like the first night of Hanukkah looked like a swastika. These people were like, what are you talking about? And it's like, it was pretty obvious, right? To like anybody, if you say, hey, that kind of looks like a swastika, and they're like, yeah, it kind of really does. Like, and so these people, like, I don't know, they're gonna see anything in whatever, right? Like they're literally gonna see anything. I honestly don't know how these people go about their daily lives. Like, how do these people like walk through like a Target or a Walmart and not like have a mental breakdown over literally every single random shape that they see? Because like, whose first thought is that? Whose first thought is that? Like, seriously, it's just like these people, they're so unhinged, it makes no sense.
Number 17. President Trump repeats 17 over and over, even when it's inaccurate. He's been giving us hints and clues from day one.
So Donald Trump knows who Q is?
Absolutely.
Why doesn't he come out and tell all of us?
It's a process of waking up the American people. It's the blood of an innocent child that are scared to death, and then it's extracted from their head, from their brains and their bodies, and it's used as a drug.
And who's doing that?
Joe Biden, Hunter, Clinton's.
So the Clintons and Joe Biden that are extracting the blood and trying to make drugs out of it?
That's right.
Well, we know that Donald Trump was friends with Jeffrey Epstein.
About everybody in the country, in the world was. You let people give them enough rope to lie and lie and lie about QAnon, when all along, if they were smart enough to read the Q drops, they would find out. All you had to do was ask, who is Q?
You know who Q is. I don't know who Q is. I don't have my computer here to look at the QAnon drops, the Q drops. So can't you just tell me?
Ask President Trump.
Look at the Supreme Court.
Well, the Supreme Court hasn't accepted any of these cases either.
How do you know that?
Because they have a docket and they list what cases they review and they issue their opinions.
You choose to believe that, you can believe that, but I have alternative news and I find out differently.
They are full on, like they have brainworms. They're like, no, but it's important that you understand that when we talk about, like, we'll cover an article that shows some memes of Q that people are spreading. This is not just a thing that like a bot throws up on Twitter. These are specific people. These are the people standing in front of you at line at the grocery store. These are the people you drive past every day. These are your uncles, your nephews, probably not that young, but no, they really do believe this. And there is literally nothing you can do to get through to them. It doesn't matter how many years the QAnon thing has been going on. It doesn't matter that we already know that Ron Watkins apparently was QAnon, that he never knew anything. He was just making it up. They will not even consider the possibility that nothing specific was ever said in any of these Q drops. No predictions were ever actually accurately made. They were just vague assertions that Trump had everything in hand, that not even Trump bungling a pandemic and then losing the election along with dozens of court cases can get through to them, that maybe this guy doesn't actually have everything in hand. Maybe he doesn't know what's going on. He doesn't have a plan, but they believe it.